LaxFactor podcast. What is up, college lacrosse fans? You are watching another episode of the LaxFactor podcast, and today I was going to rip through and do my goalie of the year. I already did the midfielder of the year. This one's going to be the LaxFactor goaltender of the year. Actually, preseason-wise, I picked Kobe Knese to be my preseason goalkeeper of the year, and that is not the pick that I'm going to go with. In the end, I actually decided on Jacob Stover, senior out of Loyola. Stover ended up putting up a 58.3% save percentage, which was good for second in the country, and he gave up 14.71 saves per game, which was first in the country. I went with Stover ahead of a couple of the other guys because I think out of all of the goalies that I considered, Stover ended up being he played the toughest schedule, and Loyola got a little bit deeper into the postseason than the other guys I think that were at this elite level of goalkeeping. He had 18 saves in an early season win over UVA, so that was pretty big. He had 12 saves in a win over Hopkins, and then both victories kind of helped set the tone for Loyola and helped propel Loyola to being, one of the top 3, 4, 5 teams in the country throughout the course of the year, depending on what week it was and who they ended up losing to. He led his team to victory with 17 saves over Syracuse in the quarterfinals. So he with a guy like Tim Troutner Jr., who was hot early, and to the point that I thought he was going to have, that storybook fairy tale season. It ended up, he kind of fizzled out a little bit and had some rough games, and Stover's just been consistent all season right into the playoffs, having the game that he had to have to get Loyola past the first round of the playoffs. If he doesn't put up those 17 saves against Syracuse, they don't beat the Orange. Honestly, I mean, it was a close game. So, if he only puts up 15, 14 saves, and that game goes differently, obviously. He had 19 saves in Loyola's loss to Penn State. So granted, he gave up 21, but that's Penn State, and they were next level, and they were clicking on all cylinders. So I don't put any of that on him. 19 saves was what he had to do to just keep that game respectable, and he managed to do that. More often than not, Stover stood on his head in cage when his team needed him to. He was a well-respected team leader. He's going to be sorely missed by the Greyhounds come next year. He was just one of the best goaltenders in the country, a second-team All-American by Inside Lacrosse and the media All-American list. But he is our goaltender of the year for LaxFactor. I wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors as he goes on to play wherever the hell it is he's playing, PLL, MLL. I'm sure the kid's playing somewhere and he'll do well.